Jenica Atwin is the Liberal MP for Fredericton, New Brunswick. She was a Green. She was elected as a Green in 2019. She switched to the Liberals before the 2021 election and was elected as a Liberal. She's long been anti-Israel and pro-Palestine. But she's even surpassed herself this time. She sent a petition to the House of Commons demanding that the Liberal government, her own Liberal government, reduce its screening of security issues with refugees from Gaza. She thinks the 5,000 or more refugees that Canada is prepared to take from Gaza should not get standard security clearances. They should not have to provide health information. They should not have to provide documents showing their criminal records. They should not have to have a screening of their social media accounts. Now, social media is one of the very best ways in this day and age for finding people who have made violent statements about Israel, about Western targets, about Jews, who should not be allowed into Canada. They really shouldn't be. We are asking for trouble if we say, well, let's not look at people's social media accounts, and we suddenly import a few hundred out of these 5,000 or 6,000 or 7,000. We import a few hundred who think it's okay to advocate for the killing of Jews, the destruction of Western property, the destruction of Canadian targets because they are mad at our policy. And believe me, that's going to happen if we reduce our security screening. Because Hamas controls who gets into Gaza. They also control who gets out. And because of that, you can bet they will hide their operatives within refugee groups. So that if we allow these refugees out, we can bet without the proper security clearance, there will be Hamas operatives in those groups. And they will come to Canada with the intent of fomenting violence, blockades, radical protests, and encampments on university campuses and perhaps other public places, because they will be ordered to do that by the Hamas leadership. They will be there. The Liberals have shown themselves time and again that they're not worried about foreign interference, that they don't believe the Chinese, the Russians, the Iranians, and now Hamas are capable of scheming that way, capable of creating security problems for Canada. It is just insane to think that we could reduce the security clearances we have now and not be inviting a whole bunch of problems. Just think about this. At the end of July, through our normal security processes, which are fairly intense, they have some holes in them, but the ones we use now admitted to Canada Ahmed El-Didi and his son Mustafa, who are now suspected of having plotted a terrorist attack in Toronto. They were arrested at the end of July, and now Ahmed, the father, has been charged with a 2015 brutal crime, absolutely brutal crime, when he was working with ISIS. He's suspected of being an ISIS operative, and he's suspected of having bound a man to a cross in front of a video camera. The man was suspected of being an ISIS traitor, and Ahmed El-Didi has now been charged by the RCMP with hacking off that man's hands and feet. And he got through our current security clearance. So what do you think the chances are that other people like that will get through from Gaza if we follow Jenica Atwin's suggestion and reduce our security screening for potential Gazan refugees? It is an insane suggestion. For Postmedia, I'm Lorne Gunter.